Hello everyone, this is Little Black Dragon, and you are watching another installment of Let's Play Fire Emblem Three Houses. In our last installment, we were essentially pressed into the service of the Church of Seiros. Specifically, we were pressed into being a professor at their Officers' Academy, and our father Geralt was pressed back into the Knights of Seiros, which he used to be captain of. Now, the Archbishop of the Church of Seiros, Lady Rhea, has given us the task of speaking to the leaders of the Officers' Academy's three houses and acquainting ourselves with the students. So, without further ado, let us go and do that. Alright, to the first floor we go. Alright, and we get a tutorial of the mini-map. And looks like that's Edelgard up ahead. And this is the reception hall, which, yes, it looks very, reception-y. Yes. Anyway, hello, Edelgard, it is good to see you again.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire.
Well, I wasn't exactly accepting it entirely of my own free will. I mean, it was kind of a sort of persuasion, shall we say? Shall we say? Did I say that right? Anyway. Talking is difficult.
I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresburg.
Well, a pleasure to meet you, Edelgard.
I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire.
Gotcha.
I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles.
Well, like I said in my previous video, I'm actually intending on playing the Blue Lions this time since I played Golden Deer last time, and Blue Lions is a path I'm very excited about playing. And, so I'm not going to be playing Black Eagles, but it's fun to keep people in suspense.
I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
Well, I haven't actually met anyone yet, but I would like to know more about them. Why don't we start with you, Edelgard?
Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant. Arrogant, even. But there's little to be done. One day, I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
I'm not sure I entirely agree with that, but I really like the fact that before you make a choice about which house to join, you get this little snapshot of a character's stats, their special abilities, their strengths and weaknesses with weapons, that sort of thing, and a little synopsis of their backstory, personality, blah blah blah. And I think it's really good, because if they asked you to pick a house without really knowing anything, it would make me a little, critical about that aspect, so I really appreciate that they do this. Anyway, so it looks like Edelgard is a very melee-oriented character, and not so much ranged combat. Next we have Hubert.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
I see. This was something I was talking to my roommate about, but Hubert does look a little bit, villainous, which is really funny considering his voice actor is the same voice actor who voiced Goro Akechi in Persona 5, for those of you who are familiar with that game. And the voice actor, Robbie Diamond, he does tend to play a lot of villains, so that's interesting. Anyway, it seems Hubert is definitely a very magic-oriented character, although he seems to prefer one type of magic over the other. Anyway, next up is Ferdinand.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Ire, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is perhaps too pleased with its own status.
I see. Well, the fact that the Adrestian Empire has prime ministers at all tells me that there's probably some kind of constitutional monarchy. Well, okay, not constitutional exactly, because it seems that they still have nobles and stuff like that. But it does seem like they have a prime minister with the imperial family acting as more of a figurehead akin to the modern government you have for the United Kingdom. Anyway, so it looks like Ferdinand has a lot of expertise in melee weapons and riding, so he's probably a cavalier, but he doesn't have any weaknesses, which is interesting. Alright, who's next? Linhart.
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping.
So he's me, then.
If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
Okay, so not so much like me, but I definitely identify with being particularly focused on wanting to do things I'm interested in, taking naps. So I suppose I can relate there. He even has catnap as his personal ability, and he is definitely a magic-oriented character, it looks like. Although he doesn't have as high a magic score as Hubert. Very interesting. Let's see. Who's next? We have Caspar.
He's the second son of Count Bergles. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself.
Oh.
He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
Well, I will certainly try. Let's see. He's definitely a melee-oriented character and doesn't seem to like ranged combat at all. Still, that is a very useful thing to have, you know? You need to have your melee characters, your ranged characters, your mages, your mounted units. Always need to have a balanced team. That is the golden rule of any RPG. Alright, next we have Bernadetta.
She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she's shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
Good to know. Let's see. She has pretty rounded stats. She only seems to be strong in lances and bows, though, and has a lot of weaknesses, so she's probably a pretty specialized character. Now, I actually managed to recruit Bernadetta on my Golden Deer playthrough, and she does make a very good archer character. So even though she does have a lot of weaknesses, don't underestimate her. She is a very good character once you put in the effort. Next, we have Dorothea.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
An opera company, you say? I wonder if she's from the same opera company as Manuela. That could explain why she came here, after all. Let's see. She seems magic-oriented, although she does prefer, again, like Hubert, one type of magic over the other. She's also definitely not someone who wants to be a mounted unit, seems, because she is weak with riding and flying, but she's good with swords. Very interesting. Alright, and last but not least, we have Petra.
To the west of Fodlan is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king.
Ah, I see, so she must be a princess then.
Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
I see. Well, she's weak with magic, but she seems very good in a bunch of other skills. So she seems like a character that could be pretty versatile and put in a number of different roles. Alright, so that's all of the Black Eagles then. Alright, before we move on though, I want to talk to this guy over here.
Greetings! You must be the new professor. What a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine.
As for me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know?
I see.
And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
I think we're going to get along just fine, you and I.
Huh?
Let's see, we can't go that way, so we are going to go this way. And Claude is right over there. Let's see, and this is the actual Officers' Academy area of the monastery, with actual classrooms. Alright, well, since we are going to be doing Blue Lions, we are saving Dimitri for last, so why don't we go and talk to Claude real quick. Hello there, Claude. Good to see you.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression.
Oh, you're telling me. Although I'm not sure it was a, I don't even know what I'm saying. Please continue.
I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan.
A pleasure.
I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness.
Madness? There's a story there.
I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two.
I can speak from experience that I really enjoyed my Golden Deer playthrough, so you are absolutely right.
Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
I haven't actually introduced myself yet, but I will right after I talk to you. Still, yes, I'd very much like to know about these people, whom I've already done an entire playthrough with, and I would die for anyway. How about you?
Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well.
Oh, I see.
But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Let's see, so your strengths are swords, bows, authority, and flying. A very interesting mixture. And if you've played the Golden Deer out like me, you know that his skills actually make a lot of sense, especially when you get to know more about him as a character. And his only weaknesses seem to be lances and faith magic, or white magic, which is... yeah, that's what the two types of magic are actually called. I haven't actually been specifying. There's white magic, which is called faith magic, and then there's black magic, which is called reason magic. And again, his weaknesses also make sense too, but again, that's something you don't really know until you actually get to know him as a character. And unfortunately, you won't be seeing that much highlighted in a Blue Lions playthrough, and that comes out a bit more in a Golden Deer playthrough. Oh well. Perhaps I might do a Golden Deer playthrough for this channel, depending on how this one goes. We'll see. Anyway, next we have Lorenz.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man.
I see.
That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
Let's see. He definitely seems like a cavalry-oriented unit, but he does not like direct hand-to-hand combat. But he's also pretty good with magic too, so he's probably suited for a class that's pretty good in both magic and martial combat. Let's see, next we have Raphael.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life.
Oh, that's too bad.
Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it.
Now, again, I'm pretending like I've never actually met these characters for role-playing purposes, but actually, I can't say enough about how much I love the characters in the Golden Deer house. Like, Raphael, for example, he is just a big sweetheart. He's also a really, really amazing melee fighter, as his strengths and weaknesses would probably tell you, but it's a bit of an understatement when you actually get to use him in your party. Like, wow. He can just go up against just about anything, and he will emerge victorious. Anyway, next we have my second favorite character in the Golden Deer, Ignatz. The first character, of course, being Claude.
He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents.
Oh, poor Ignatz. Now, the reason that Ignatz is actually my second favorite character in the Golden Deer is I find that he and myself are actually really eerily similar to each other in terms of our personalities, and yeah, it's kind of freaky. Insys, did you put cameras in my apartment? Is that where you got the inspiration for Ignatz? Did you put cameras in my apartment to observe me? Anyway, he's good with sows. I'm sorry, guys, I don't know how to talk. He's good with swords, bows, and authority, and he's not particularly keen on flying. Totally understandable, in my opinion. Now, he's kind of, in my opinion, the Magikarp of the game for those of you who've played Pokemon. Someone who doesn't turn out super strong, but by the end of the game, man, he is just insanely strong. And if I can, I'd like to recruit him on this playthrough to the Blue Lions, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, next we have Lysithea.
Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know?
Hey, that's mean. Anyway, Lysithea is definitely a magic-oriented character and isn't keen on pretty much anything else. But let me tell you, when it comes to magic, she is definitely very good at it. Oh my goodness. She's also very interesting as a character, in my opinion, and I definitely recommend anyone try to recruit her if you can, unless you're already playing Golden Deer. Anyway, next is my other tied for second favorite character in the Golden Deer, Marianne, because she is just sweet and amazing, and I love her.
Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Oh, poor Marianne. Now, she is definitely someone who's very well suited to cavalry classes, and she seems pretty good with both magic and swords and other things. Of course, based on her stats, you would think she would be a mage naturally, and she is, but I actually classed her to be a Pegasus Knight in my playthrough, and she did very well there, so a little bit of a tip for you out there, you might want to try Pegasus Knight out for Marianne. Anyway, next we have Hilda.
Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess.
Oh my gosh, that was a very wicked roast you just gave. Okay then, she definitely seems like a strength and melee oriented character and isn't too keen on magic, so nothing especially special, I guess, but I can tell you from experience she's definitely good at what she does. Anyway, last but not least, we have Leonie.
Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
That's awesome. She doesn't have any weaknesses, but she seems good with lances, bows, and cavalry. I think her role in the party is very well defined. And I know some people aren't too keen on her because she doesn't initially get along with the player character very well, but I actually like her quite a bit. That's all I'm going to say about the matter, though, because I don't want to spoil too much. I am gonna miss you guys. What a bunch of great characters, just can't say enough. But I am going to introduce myself. Did not mean to do that. Anyway, hello there.
Are you someone's guest? The dining hall's that way, if that's what you're looking for.
No, I'm actually not looking for the dining hall, but thank you.
No, Raphael. That's Captain Gerald's kid. Hi, I'm Leonie Pinelli, Captain Gerald's first and greatest apprentice. I'm sure he's told you about me.
I don't know if he has, but nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Raphael Kirsten. Who are you again?
My name is Boudica, and also, Jinx, I guess? Anyway, let's, talk to Lawrence here.
Ah, you must be that renowned mercenary. Perhaps you'd like to join me for a cup of tea sometime.
Let me think about that.
My name is Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. You will want to remember it.
Oh, Hellman, like the brand of mayonnaise. Duly noted. Anyway, next we have Ignatz and Lysithia.
So you're the skilled mercenary who saved Claude, are you?
That's me.
Oh, you are? It's such an honor to meet you.
Well, it's such an honor to meet you, too.
Ignatz Victor. My parents are Alliance merchants.
Well, I am very, very pleased to meet you.
And I am Lysithia von Ordelia. Please do not forget it.
Oh, I definitely will not. Anyway, let's see. Let's talk to Marianne and Hilda.
Hey, are you that mercenary? Everyone's been talking about you.
Oh, I know.
I'm Hilda Valentine Goneril, and her name is...
Marianne von Edmund.
Hi, Marianne. I'm very happy to meet you.
Are you joining the Knights of Saros or something? Well, I look forward to seeing more of you.
Well, I'm definitely going to be around here. I think that's everybody.
What do you think?
And, this guy.
The Golden Deer House is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Our house leader is heir to the Alliance's leadership, House Regan. We have plenty of other prominent nobles as well.
I see. Although it seems like you have a lot of commoners in here too, which is great. Let's see.
Okay.
Blue Lions are here, so why don't we go acquaint ourselves with the Black Eagles real quick first.
This is the classroom of the Black Eagle House, which is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Our house leader is Princess Edelgard. There are many other nobles among our ranks as well.
I see. Alright, sorry for the weird camera angles and stuff here. Why don't we start by talking to Hubert and Petra?
I am Hubert, a humble servant of Lady Edelgard.
Hello, Hubert.
I heard you came to the aid of Her Highness. You have my most sincere thanks.
Oh, it was nothing.
This is Petra. She has come all the way from Brigid to study in the Empire. Back on her archipelago, she is actually a princess. In Fodlan terms, she would be called heir to the throne.
I see.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am pleased to be meeting with... I am pleased to have met you.
Well, I'm pleased to have met you as well, Petra. And don't worry, learning a different language always takes time, so no worries. Still, very happy to meet you. Let's see. This must be Linhart and Caspar.
Is it true that you saved Edelgard? That's incredible. The name's Caspar, by the way. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Linhart, goodbye.
Okay.
Sheesh, Leonard. How'd you get into the academy with those manners? So, are you a student here too? Maybe we'll be in the same class.
I'm actually a teacher, but thanks to a certain someone, Manuela, no one except your house leaders actually know that. Anyway, hello there.
Well now, you don't have a familiar face. What brings you here?
Hello.
Oh, my name is Dorothea. Before I joined the Academy, I was a member of an opera company in the Empire. You should hear me sing sometime.
Maybe I will. Alright, let's see. And lastly, we have Bernadetta and Ferdinand, it looks like.
What? I don't talk to strangers.
Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to frighten you.
Bernadetta, this is no stranger. Our house leader owes this person a great debt. Is that not right?
Well, that is true.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate son of the Eyre family, the Empire's foremost house.
I see.
Are you going to join our class? I look forward to getting better acquainted with you.
Well, thank you, but I'm actually going to be joining another class as their professor, but again, thank you. So I've saved the one for last that we are actually joining, which is the Blue Lions.
This classroom belongs to the Blue Lion House. Our house leader is Prince Dimitri.
Ah.
All of us here hail from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
I see. Alright, so... hello there.
Well, well, it must be my lucky day today, being approached by such a beauty.
You might want to reconsider your greeting there, buddy. I don't really take too well to people where that's the first thing out of their mouths. Not that I don't mind flirting, but, yeah, I feel a little uncomfortable right now.
I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi whenever you like.
Okay, well, I can certainly do that. I'll see you later, then. Anyway, who should we talk to next? How about Ash and Dedu?
Hi there. You must be the one everyone's talking about. I'm Ash. Great to meet you.
Of course, you guys wouldn't have known that yet, but yes, this is Ash. And he's awesome. Hello, Ash.
This here is Dedu. He serves Prince Dimitri.
Well, hello there, Dedu.
I have heard that you rescued His Highness. Words cannot express my gratitude.
Oh, well, no worries. I was happy to do it.
Should you ever require my strength, please know that I will hasten to repay this debt.
No problem. Alright, let's see. Next we have Mercedes and Annette.
And who's this? You don't look familiar at all. Do you work here at the monastery?
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, mercy! Do you think this is that mercenary people have been talking about? Now that I think about it, that does sound like something Dimitri may have said. I suppose you'll be enrolling at the Officers' Academy too, then?
No, that's actually not what's happening. Manuela, why? Why couldn't you just tell people?
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mercedes, and this is my best friend.
I'm Annette. It's nice to meet you.
Aw, well, it's nice to meet. It's nice to meet both of you too. I swear I can talk, guys. I really, really do. I can talk. I can even put together complete sentences. Anyway, hello there.
I have heard all about what you did from Prince Dimitri. As a citizen of Fargus, I thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
He also said you're quite skilled. And he doesn't just say things like that. I look forward to sparring with you and beating you.
Okay. Well, I guess, challenging someone to a fight is better than making them uncomfortable.
Felix, must you always speak of fighting right away? Oh, and, you may call me Ingrid. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance as well. Alright, now we actually can go over to talk to Dimitri, but unfortunately, we are actually out of time. So I am going to save and cut the video off here, But I will see you all in the next installment. If you enjoyed my video, you can subscribe to my channel or follow me on Twitter at LBD Let's Plays for additional updates and content. Or if you want to support me in other ways, you can buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/littleblackdragon. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.